Manchester United versus Manchester City, semi-final of the Carabao Cup, match preview. Let's go.
Ronaldo! It's one of the great Old Trafford comebacks. Astonishing.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has brought in Darren Fletcher as a first team coach. He's never coached anywhere else. This is his first time being a coach, and we have brought him in at one of the biggest clubs in the world. For me, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it because Britain don't have, England and Britain don't have the best coaches. That's the truth of the matter, guys. You can hate me for this. You can call me, you can say that I'm biased. No, I'm not. I'm stating the fact that Britain and England don't have the best managers. They don't have the best coaches. Their teams don't play the best football. And if the teams are playing the best football, it's because they got foreign managers and foreign coaches. Manchester City got foreign coaches and foreign managers. Liverpool got a foreign manager and a foreign coach. You look at Chelsea, that's coached by English manager and English coaches. Look how poor they play. So we've brought in this team, and this is why I was against this manager. Is because he's got this philosophy of Britain, that he wants British players and now he wants British coaches. For me, that don't work. British coaches are not the best in the world. They've never been the best in the world. When last has England or even Britain produced a top class manager? When last? They haven't. They haven't. Spain, Germany, Argentina, South America, these countries got the best managers and the best coaches. But we're closing ourselves up to that because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got this philosophy of Britain. So I don't approve of this Darren Fletcher becoming a first team coach at United. I don't approve of it. For me, he's not a club legend. He's not a club legend because if you're going to give him a club legend, then you need to give many other players club legend. For me, he's not a club legend. He was a squad player like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Squad player. He was a decent squad player. Decent squad player because the system was there. So anyone in Sir Alex Ferguson's team looked better than what they actually were, if I want to say it like that, because the system was there. Now when you look at Manchester United, and we don't have a system, and that's why our players' flaws get magnified because we don't have a proper system. So what we're doing to Darren Fletcher, we're done with Michael Carrick, and we all know that Michael Carrick's not a good coach. We all know that. Firstly, if he was a good coach, we would be playing a better brand of football. We don't play beautiful football. We are where we are is because of our players. It's not down, for me, it's not down to coaching, it's not down to management, it's because of the players. We've got top class players that can win games by themselves. You're talking about Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Anthony Martial, Paul Pogba. These are top class players that 9 times out of 10 they get the pass right. 9 times out of 10 the net is bulging. They are top class players that are winning games by themselves. I don't give credit to the coaching and the management. And so Carrick has shown us that he's not a good coach. The brand of football is not good. We don't have passing patterns. We don't have a proper style of play. We don't know what to do when the ball is at our feet. The only time we know what to do is when we counter-attacking, when we got the grass to run into. But when the ball is at our feet and we have to now pass and break down a low block, we don't know what we're doing. That's down to coaching. If he was a good coach, he would not be starting. He would not be allowing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to start Scott McTominay ahead of players like Donny van de Beek. If you are a coach and you're a good coach, you obviously can see that Donny van de Beek is a much better player than Scott McTominay, and Donny van de Beek can do the job that Scott McTominay does. Donny van de Beek is one of the most versatile midfielders in Europe. So there he's failing. At the beginning of the season, Michael Carrick was a midfielder, was a midfielder, CDM, and he was one of the best CDMs in his generation. How can he allow Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to play Paul Pogba out of position at the beginning of the season? That's when Paul Pogba went through that bad form and he couldn't start any more games for us because he has been played out of position. He is not a CDM. He's a number 8 box-to-box midfielder, and we've seen the best out of Paul Pogba this last month was because he's been played in his best position. He's been given freedom to go forward, and that's his best position. So Carrick is not a good coach, we know this. So you bring in another guy in, Darren Fletcher, who hasn't proved himself. And for me, I know he's not a good coach because Britain and England Britain has never produced the top coaches. In the last how many years there's no top coaches and top managers that come from there? Maybe you can tell me Brendan Rodgers only, but even him, he hasn't won anything in the game. Nothing he's won in the game. So For me, it's about connections there at Manchester United, and that's why Darren Fletcher, a couple of months ago, he went on radio, Talk Sport, and he was saying, back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And this was at a time where Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's back was against the wall, he was losing games, and Darren Fletcher was still saying, we need to get behind Ole. He was saying that because he knew he was getting a job at Manchester United. As is the case with Ryan Giggs, Roy Keane, all these pundits, Gary Neville, they're all backing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because they all want a job at Manchester United. So they won't tell us the truth. But be it as it may, guys, we are winning games. We are second on the log. Liverpool lost their game to Southampton, so we have an opportunity, if we win our game in hand, to go first on the log. So I don't want to be overcritical, but all I'm saying is I'm not happy with the Darren Fletcher appointment. I'm not happy with it at all. At all. When it comes to coaches and managers, you have to go out of Europe. You cannot get Britain. You cannot get British coaches and British managers. They are not good. They are not good. They're proven they're not good. They haven't won a major trophy in how many years? So, be it as it may, guys. Be it as it may. And I also read something that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has brought in Ryan Giggs and Roy Keane to come and speak to the group of players, just to, like, you know, tell them the United way, the United DNA and stuff like that. For me, I like that. I approve of that. But that also shows you that why they are so biased or on TV is because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is bringing him into the club and giving him responsibilities in the club. So they will never speak bad about Ole. They'll never speak bad about Manchester United. They'll never speak bad about the structure of United because they want to come and work for United. So they've all got hidden agendas. That's why I always tell you guys, the place that you are going to get the honest truth is here on YouTube, because we've got nothing to gain. We've got nothing. We've got no ambitions one day to maybe go and work for Manchester United. Those are pipe dreams. We don't know anyone at Manchester United, so we are going to give you the candid truth of the situation. The candid truth. So be it as it may, we are versing Manchester City to Wednesday evening in the Carabao semi-final. We win that game, we're into the final, and in the final we'll probably we will verse Tottenham. Tottenham will beat. They're versing a championship team, I think. I don't even know if the team's in a championship, but they're not versing a good team, so they will obviously beat that team. So we will verse, if we win our game against Manchester City, we will verse Tottenham in the final, and you know, we can beat Tottenham. I know what Tottenham done to us, but we can beat Tottenham. The key with Tottenham, because Tottenham will park the bus. We know this. So the key when you verse Tottenham is to attack them and get that first goal. You get that first goal, then you can drop off then and play on the counter, because that means Tottenham now has to come out. And then they're going to give you spaces. And then you're going to be attacking centre-backs like Toby Alderweireld and Eric Dyer, who are not fast at all. You put Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford up against them, we're getting goals. So the key is to get the first goal and attack. Once you get the first goal, then we can go to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's system, which is counter-attacking. So, but we have to start at the semi-final. We have to beat Manchester City. Do I think we can beat Manchester City? Yes, we can. We can beat Manchester City, because Manchester City, okay, they're doing very well defensively, but I still see some holes there, and we are excellent at attacking. Counter-attacking and one-on-one attacking, we are excellent. So I do think that we can beat Manchester City. Manchester City played against Chelsea, and that was their best performance of the season. They look like vintage City, but they're not gonna play like that. I don't think they'll play like that against us. I really don't think so. So I do think Manchester City, we can beat Manchester City. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has to put out his best 11. I know he will. It's a semi-final. It's 90 minutes. You win the 90 minutes, you're into a final. You cannot be afford. We cannot rest any of our players. We have to go full strength. Paul Pogba needs to be playing. Do I think he will play? No, I don't think he'll play. No, I do think he'll play. I do think he'll play, because Cavani still is serving his ban. This is his second match now that he's serving. He has to serve 3 matches, so this is his second match. So I do think he'll start. I think we'll see the same lineup that we saw against Villa. Same diamond, or whatever you want to call it, 4-2-3-1, or sometimes it goes to a diamond, sometimes 4-2-3-1. But I do think you'll see the same lineup. with Dean Henderson. I think Dean Henderson will only be the only player that will come in. Dean Henderson will come in for David De Gea, because we know Dean Henderson plays the cup games. So Dean Henderson in the goal, I'm okay with that. He's a very good keeper. He's a very good Premier League first 11 keeper. The fact that he's on our bench tells you how good David De Gea is. So nevertheless, Dean Henderson will start for most teams in the Premier League. He'll be in the nets. Right back, Wan-Bissaka. You'll see Eric Bailly. You'll see Harry Maguire. You'll see Luke Shaw. I don't think he'll play Alex Telles, because City are an attacking team, and you know Luke Shaw is better than Alex Telles in defending. So I do think he'll play Luke Shaw. He believes, he trusts Luke Shaw more as well. He likes Luke Shaw more as well. So yeah, Eric Bailly, I think Eric Bailly has been phenomenal this last couple of weeks that he's come into the team. Phenomenal. Eric Bailly is a better defender than Harry Maguire. And that's why I will always hold a Harry Maguire transfer against Oli. How do you buy that player for 85 million that is not world class, that is nowhere near world class, doesn't have the potential to be world class, because he's 27 years old? You can't still be talking about 27 potential when you're 27 years old. So Eric Bailly is a better defender than Harry Maguire. We know this. Eric Bailly is better than Harry Maguire, and he's shown it as well in his last couple of performances. So that will be the back four with the keeper, back five. Two in a... He'll play the diamond. He'll play Scott McTominay, Fred, Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes. Then he'll play, and then he'll play Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford. I'm pretty sure he will play that. That team performed very, very well against Aston Villa. So I do think that Oli will start them as well. It will cause City problems. It will cause City problems, because who's going to mark Paul Pogba? Who can mark Paul Pogba? And the reason why you have to play Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes together is because teams just nullify Bruno. And if you're only playing Bruno, when teams nullify Bruno, all of a sudden you don't have a connection from the midfield to the attack. Scott McTominay can't connect the play. Fred can't connect the play. So if you nullify Bruno, then you automatically probably nullify Manchester United. But all of a sudden, if you're playing Paul Pogba, they have to concentrate on Bruno and Paul Pogba. And that's a hard task. That's a hard task, because you can't even nullify Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is so good that you can't. Look at his performance against Aston Villa. That level of performance, I don't care what you say. That level of performance, no midfielder can reach that in Europe. Because he was in our box defending. Couple of minutes later, he was in their box attacking. He was in the middle of the park, dribbling in the middle of the park, flicking the ball over people's heads, passing. His range of passing was there for everyone to see. That level of performance, no midfielder can get to in Europe. That's why I was stressing the fact, play Paul Pogba in his best position. This is his best position, and you are seeing what he's capable of. That's why he was putting up a fit when Oli was playing him CDM, because that's not his best position. Why must Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, Anthony Martial, all these front players play in their best position, but Paul Pogba must be sacrificed? Why? When Paul Pogba, if you play him in his best position, he is our best player. That's what you saw. And you've been seeing that over to the December period. He's put in stellar performances. So if Oli puts that line up, I do think we have the ability to beat Manchester City. However, if Manchester City turn up against United as they turned up against Chelsea, if they put that same performance that they put in against Chelsea, they put it in United's game, then we will have a big problem. Because that performance there, that level of performance, Manchester United can't get to. That was vintage City. That was elite football. You're talking about 1 and 2 touch football. You're talking about players not mispassing. The only player that was mispassing was Rodri. Rodri is not good. Rodri is only playing because of his passport. Let's be honest, he's not good. And they bought Rodri, so they have to die on that sword now. But that was the only player that was mispassing. Everybody else was accurate with their passing. They were little in front of the net. So if they reach that level, and if they bring that level of performance to us, then we will have a problem. Do I think they will bring that level? No, I don't. Because Manchester City are very inconsistent. Manchester City, they don't have a number 9. So that false 9, I don't know if it will work against us. Because Oli now has time to analyze that false 9. and analyze how to play against a false nine, because he's seen it against Chelsea. He's seen the flaws that Chelsea made with the false nine. Because when you have a false nine and when you're defending against a false nine, you're not defending against anyone. You're defending against space. Because he's like a normal number 9, like a Cavani, like a Aguero. These are number 9s that will occupy centre backs. So in all the time you've got a if you're a centre back, you've got a striker that you can feel him, you can touch him. He's there. With a false 9, he's not there. He's drifting into the midfield and all of a sudden you're marking no one. So that becomes the challenge. But now Oli has time and examples that Frank Lampard has set for Oli to learn from. So I don't think they'll beat us with a false 9. I don't think so. I'm tipping Manchester United to beat Manchester City. I know it's not a long shot. I know it's difficult, but I do think we will beat Manchester City, because City are not a very good team. They turned up only against Chelsea. Everyone else, they've been performing inconsistent, and our players are just too good. Our players are currently better than Manchester City. Rashford's better than Sterling. Maybe only KDB. But you can say Bruno's better than KDB this season. This season only. Overall, he's not, but this season only. So I do think our players are better than Manchester City's players. They are, you know. So I do expect a victory. And let's get the victory. Let's go to the final. Let's win something, guys. We can't have a season like last season where we don't win anything. You know, the league is looking so open. Anyone can win this league. Anyone can even finish third. I think the top 3 will be, in no particular order, will be Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United. I think that will be the top 3. And the 4th place will be in contention with Leicester City, Tottenham. Yeah, Chelsea are out of it. Leicester City and Tottenham. That will be the contention for top 4, for 4th place. But those will be the 3 places. So we can finish first, we can finish second, we can even finish third. If we finish third, guys, and we don't win a cup, I'm sorry, that's not a good season. I don't care how little points we're off the top. We can be 2 points off the top. I don't care. That's not good enough. So let's at least win these small cups. Let's win the Carabao. Let's win the FA Cup. We got the squad to do it. So let's win the Carabao. Let's win the FA Cup. And then even if you finish third, it's still progress. But yeah, let's see what happens, guys. I'm excited for this derby semi-final. I'm expecting a victory. Let's go.